Hello, hello.
Hello once again.
So you guys know what to do. Tell us if you can hear us first.
Do we have a sound?
Yes, you have first hellos. All right.
Hi.
Hello, Alex. All
Hello.
right. We
Yes. Yeah,
have we
we
have the
have.
first confirmation. Cool. So glad that you guys are with us still. This is the fourth live stream that we're gonna do during this workshop. And today's live is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about um, Rhino and Grasshopper Ultimate program. We're going to talk about how this all connects. For example, all of the videos and all of the practice files and all of the content we had in the workshop, how that correlates to the program that we have now, and we want to actually show you, what it looks like to be inside of one of our courses, how it looks to actually go through material, what can this knowledge actually bring you. This is the most important aspect of how you can use these skills and what these skills can bring you in the long run. So this is the program for today's live. um, Before we start, I just want to let you know that we're not going to take questions that are connected to other workshop videos. So we're only going to take questions which are connected to the presentation that we're going to be doing today. I will try to answer as many questions as I can during the presentation, but also at the end, we're going to have a segment where we'll be answering your questions. So you can either, post your questions at the same time, or you can wait until the end of the presentation, then we'll answer all the questions. Uh, as you may know, these lives usually take a longer time, so we'll try to kind of make it as short as possible, but we don't guarantee anything. So it may be, for 1 hour, 2 hours, but this is something that we're going to try to actually fit within it. Now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the once again, for those of you who are first time here, you can still register for the workshop on this page, howtrying.com/workshop. And once you register, you'll have access to our workshop video 1 with our live event number 1. We're also going to have a workshop video 2 that is focused on Grasshopper, and live event number 2. And then the last one is going to be workshop video 3 on Rhino inside Revit with the live event that we had 2 days ago. Below here, you'll see Get Workshop Certificate. This is for people who are with us since the start. So if you watch all the videos, if you watch all the live events, you can click on this button. First of all, let's see if we have people who were with us from the start. Do we have anybody who watched all the videos and all the live events?
From the live events, I remember Alex.
Alex, yes, I remember.
I remember
Alex.
I'm still trying to. I think Marian.
Marian.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have Sofia, we have Marianne, we have Nicola. Cool. So we have Matthias, we have Imhotep. Cool. So guys, you then what the workshop content was about. You know the types of lessons that we did. Alex said I had to watch again the Grasshopper live brainstorming. Yes, this was very intense.
Yeah.
And
Sorry for that once again.
It's
like
normal.
Yeah.
If it's too much new information. So for those of you who watched everything, you can click on Get Workshop Certificate, and this is just a small form that you will need to fill out, where you would put your email and your full name, and you would get a certificate that looks something like this. This is a certificate for me, but you would have your own certificate with your name. So with that out of the way, now we can actually talk about Rhino and Grasshopper Ultimate Program. We can actually see, what this program is all about and what it means for you. First of all, I wanted to, talk a little bit about why would you use Rhino Grasshopper in architecture? Like, what is the main goal of using Rhino and using Grasshopper in architecture? Why we as architects would actually be spending time to learn it, to actually get these skills, and of course, how would these skills be related to what we're doing every day, office work and so on. So first off, the ability to create any kind of 3D model. Okay, we have a question from Camille. Is it just me or somebody else lost audio? Let's double check. Do you guys have audio?
I can hear. My system says.
Cool. All right. So it seems like it's your problem, Camilo, because we have the confirmation from other
Victoria said watch them all multiple times.
Yes, Victoria said watch them all multiple times. Good. So it means that you have a general understanding of what this all is about. So I was gonna say, so why would you want to learn Rhino? Why would you want to learn these skills for architecture? So first off, when it comes to using Rhino in architecture, there are a couple of things you should know. If you used AutoCAD in the past, if you use any kind of 2D drafting software, you can do all of that in Rhino directly. You don't need to use AutoCAD anymore. You can actually use all of the commands that you have in AutoCAD. Rhino has its own system that is very, very similar to the AutoCAD system, and you can actually create 2D drawings directly in Rhino. Then you can create any type of 3D models, whether it's regular models, whether it's complex models, whether it's amorphic models, organic models. All of that is possible to do with Rhino. Now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you some videos. Let me see if we can up. So first off, just give me a second here. So okay, there we go. So first off, when you start learning about Rhino, we have to talk about 3 core aspects, which is 3D modeling, project presentation, and then some really specific features that Rhino has. When it comes to project creating complex projects, you can actually take a look at here. I'm going to try now to start this video. Let's see if this will work. So here, for example, you can see some of our lessons that we show in the course. And here we explain everything about SubDs. We explain every single component in SubDs, how it's used, how it works, how you should use SubDs, what's the purpose behind these tools, and how you can create any kind of parametric form, any kind of amorphic form, organic form with SubD tools. So this is number one thing when it comes to creating organic models. You can create all of those within Rhino using SubD tools. So we're going to actually go through the creation of all of these complex projects that you see here on the screen. So we're going to create 2 projects from MED Architects, 1 project from Zaha Hadid, and you'll have no problems when you finish this to create amazing projects like this. And we're gonna, go in a step-by-step approach. We're gonna explain from the ground zero, like how do you start with initial concept of this project, how do you develop it later on, and so on. Then the second thing that I wanted to share with you is project presentation features. So what are some of those project presentation features that Rhino has? One of those project presentation features is the creation of architectural diagrams and the creation of really nice.
This is what I did in one of my previous offices in China about the landscape. This is what the landscape on the roof. So sorry for interrupting.
So for example, this is Laz's project that he did in the past, and he did this in Rhino. So we just want to show you, what are the possibilities, what types of architectural diagrams, what types of architectural views, what type of axonometries you can create, how you can combine, color, shading, lines, how you can combine, like really it comes down to your creativity, like what you want to show, what's the type of presentation you want to have. And we want to specifically show you many different illustrations. So this is not just like one uniform presentation type. You have many of these here, and all of them are valid in their own way. Like you can create any type of presentation you want with Rhino, and we just wanted to show you like what are all of the possibilities. So you can combine lines, you can combine geometry, you can combine even different programs like Illustrator and Photoshop. You can create very unique illustrations. You can create very unique, it really comes down to your sensibility of how you want to show the colors, how you want to present that space, what's important about a project that you want to emphasize. And for example, look at this. This is like really.
This is combination of Rhino, V-Ray, Illustrator, and I think that's it. So for instance, these shadows are from the V-Ray and it's overlap in Illustrator, so it's combination like in all of these techniques into one image.
So we want to show you that it's not just about 3D models, it's also about how you use those models from Rhino, how you combine like rendering from V-Ray, how you combine Illustrator lines and shadows, and how you can really create very, very interesting views of the same project. Then, of course, there are those kind of typical V-Ray clay renders and how you create these types of of diagrams. So, for example, here we can see the combination between V-Ray and the combination between Illustrator and also Photoshop, because you see how this is transparent. So if here we used transparency of Photoshop, we used lines from Illustrator, and we used V-Ray rendering and shadows from Rhino and V-Ray. So a lot of combination, but here, for example, this is exactly the same project, but in a different type of orientation. So this is like axonometric exploded view, and here we show, of course, like what are the project pieces. Then this is, for example, only V-Ray. So this is only the 3D section of V-Ray. So we only show like the materials, and we show the shadows, and we position like all of the models inside directly, and we export one single diagram at the end. This is combination again between Rhino, vector lines, Illustrator, and Photoshop as well. So this is what I wanted to share with you in terms of what you can do when it comes to creating possibilities of opening up for your projects in Rhino. So first off, can you guys tell me if you guys knew right now what you can do with Rhino? Did you know about the creation of all of these types of diagrams? Let's see. What do you think? Do they know or they don't know?
I think they know, but it's just important how good you are in all these software, like in Photoshop, Illustrator, and to have like also good reference images to create this kind of visualization.
Yeah. Okay. So nobody's talking. So.
So did you know, guys, that you're like this is possible to create?
Did you know these possibilities in Rhino? Yes, though the trees image was very original. Yeah, that's right. I knew many of these techniques with other softwares, but same principles. All right. Gabriel says he knows. Cool. All right. So we have the confirmation for some of the people. All right, now let me show you another thing. Okay, so let's see. What about the creation of animations? Let's see. Let me just open up the proper window. It's not this one. Is this one or this one? Yeah, this one. So take a look at these animations. All of these animations were created using Rhino and using a plugin called Bongo. So you have the ability in Rhino with Bongo to create any type of animation, whether it's urbanistic animation, whether it's fly through animation, walk through animation. This is, for example, very slow camera animation. You can actually set up the cameras where you want to show your project. Then you can pan the camera, you can orient all around. And again, you can have very cool presentations at the end, which are combination of multiple angles where we combine both 2D lines, like you can see here, we have vector lines in combination with rendering. So this is with the help of Adobe After Effects. So here also wanted to show you that you can create all of this with Adobe After Effects as well in combination with Rhino and Grasshopper. So this is regarding the animation part. So again, we have powerful project presentations. We have the ability to create animations. Everything can be streamlined in one single software, so you don't need to connect things in other softwares. And on top of that, the second reason why Rhino is so popular is because it has Grasshopper, right? So what is Grasshopper? How it works? You've seen this in the workshop video. You've seen the possibilities of Grasshopper. Now I'll just share with you some of the images that some of the projects that we created with Grasshopper, so you can get a better idea of what is possible in terms of the creation of projects within Grasshopper. Maybe you can talk a little bit about this.
Maybe you can just go through these images, and all these renderings are made only with Grasshopper. So, like, we just also render it with Grasshopper. So the model is made in Grasshopper, and also it's rendered with V-Ray for Grasshopper. And this is like a facade for the stadium. This project, the previous one, it's a facade. It's called Arachne Pavilion, I think. And this one, it's Solar Tree. It's designed by Koichi Takada architects. And this one as well is just the top view. And so I don't want to explain about the project. I just want to say it's that all these different type of geometries can be done with Grasshopper.
Yeah. So here we just we also can implement the knowledge of Grasshopper on urbanistic projects as well.
Yeah, on
so
the landscape.
Landscape architecture as well. So this is just one of the projects that we have implemented in the course. Then we also have the imprint project from
MVRDV.
Yeah. And this is all through algorithms. This is all through mathematics. So once now we wanted also to tell you about okay, we know what Grasshopper is, or more or less we know what it can do, but we always want to know, like, how are these like definitions like built later on, like what's the process of moving all of this through a project and going to the production phase. So here we want to talk a little bit about Rhino-side Revit and why Rhino-side Revit is so important today. It's important because it allows us again to make a very seamless connection between Rhino, Grasshopper, and Revit, and really to have the ability to just move one slider and change the whole building, and all of the drawings would automatically update. So just like we had there, I wanted to show you here, for example, some of these videos. Here you can see how we just move a couple of these sliders, and the whole building in Revit is getting updated. And we actually did one of these buildings, one of the similar buildings in the workshop. This is some other ones that we'll have in the course, which are more advanced.
Yeah.
And we have like overall an understanding of the connection between sub-Ds, the connection between the organic architecture, the connection between parametric architecture, and then again how you push this to production. How do you create these drawings? How do you actually push this to the construction documents and so on. So this is why Rhino and Grasshopper is so popular today in architecture, and this is why it's so actually needed in the modern office today, because it allows us to not only make a bridge between all of these phases in construction, but it also gives us the freedom to actually experiment with the design, to be focused on the creative part. It allows us not to be stuck in our software and thinking about, okay, how do I model this? Like, what's the process of modeling this? Oftentimes, oftentimes it happens that you sacrifice on your design idea because you don't know exactly the steps of how to model it, or maybe you don't know exactly how to translate that idea onto paper on 3D. You don't know exactly how to you have such a good concept for maybe a competition or something like this, but it's simply not possible for you because you don't have the technical skills. This is what we're trying to solve. This is the problem we're trying to help you with, to be able to really focus on the creative part and not worry about being able to model.
So if you're working only in Revit, we want to show you not to be limited only on the possibilities that you can create with Revit, but also we can create like super crazy shapes with Rhino, with the Grasshopper, and later on implement in Revit.
Yeah. So this is what we wanted to like to talk a little bit about, like what is possible and why you would want to have these skills. Not to mention that all of the modern offices today, most of them are looking for these specific skills. They're looking for the skills in parametric architecture, specifically in Grasshopper, in Rhino Inside. Rhino Inside is becoming more and more like a standard. And if you want to be competitive on the job market, it's really a must to have these skills. Now let's talk a little bit about what we have inside of the course. What is it that we have inside of the platform that is our program called Rhino Grasshopper Ultimate Program. So first off, I forgot one thing. Before we go there, we have a lot of people who are struggling. They're actually having second thoughts. They're not sure if this is going to be good for them, if they'll be able to produce all of these results. A lot of people are asking, we have these questions more and more, and we know like what are the struggles that you guys have. So oftentimes people say there are too many commands. I don't know which one to use for a particular situation. I don't know where to start. It looks too complex, overwhelming. I want to learn from A to Z as fast as possible, and I want to be totally fluent. I can't find tutorials that fit my needs, and I don't know how to resolve a problem on my own. I have to learn it as fast as possible, but I don't have the right platform or mentor to ask questions. You guys are busy. We understand this. And this is also something that is very, very common in architecture. Learning new software just takes too much time. So I'm sure some of you had the same kind of questions. And this is really something that is characterized for architectural profession. And the thing is that, we've also been through all of these questions ourselves. We questioned a lot if we'll be able to learn all of these tools. And what I can tell you is that with the right approach, with the right system, with the right set of structural tutorials, it's really possible to get to that professional level. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of your personal dedication. It's a matter of how fast you can go through there. The good thing is that you're not alone in this, and there's so many other people who've been there at the same position as you are. And we have also, you can see on our page.
You're not sharing the screen.
I'm not sharing. Okay, just a second. Okay. So
just uncheck maximize. Just uncheck.
This one. Yeah. Actually, I'm not supposed to share this, so it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to share. All right. So yeah, what I was saying is that we've all been through this. Lazar and I, we both, we started with, we didn't know anything pretty much. And when we started learning, it was really a struggle because there wasn't any kind of tutorials. There wasn't any kind of tutors we can ask because nobody knew Rhino at that time. And
now, you could find, but it was like limited.
Very limited. So now we're gonna tell you a little bit about us personally, because not everybody of you knows us. So my name is Dusan. I'm a professional architect from Serbia, and I graduated from Faculty of Architecture here in Belgrade, and I started using Rhino, for around 10-11 years ago. And since then, I've been working, through a lot of international collaborations with different kind of offices, and also we've been doing consulting for international companies to improve their workflow in the office. And what I wanted to mention specifically is that, just like we mentioned, we didn't always know the software. Initially, when we started, everything was super scary. Everything looked so unfamiliar. Everything was like a struggle for us. We didn't have any kind of structured learning approach. We had to manually search on forums. We had to ask other colleagues, other people. Had to actually think about how can we improve. And the way that we improved was through repetition and through trial and error and through doing a lot of manual labor. And we did this the hard way, and we did it through just pure practice and brute force, so to say. And the way that we learned it is really something that I wouldn't recommend anybody to go through, because it was really time consuming. But along that way, like, we got a lot of personal experience in learning software and actually understanding it on a deeper level. And just like we learned it now, like, it's possible for you as well to get to that level. But for you, the shortcut, this is going to be like a shortcut. It's going to take like a lot less time than it took us. And what happened for me is that when I was in faculty, I saw like all of these cool presentations of our peers, of our friends, and I knew that this was all done in Rhino. But at that time, I didn't have time to learn it because I had to meet the deadline. I had to finish the project. So what I did, I just I used either SketchUp or 3ds Max because I knew how to solve some things there, but I didn't know how to do them in Rhino. Lazar, on the other hand, he was a little bit more advanced than me at that time, and he, I saw also his projects, and I was impressed with the ability that Rhino had to offer at that point. And I never could indulge myself completely to learn Rhino until we actually started working professionally, had the first internship, and on that internship, this is where we actually had the chance to see how software is used on a professional level in the office, and what are some of the ways that you need to sometimes ask colleagues, you need to ask other older people in the office to actually get a job done. And oftentimes in the office, you cannot ask the boss, how do I do this in Rhino? Like, you need to do it. You just need to do it. It's about finding your way to do it. And oftentimes that was under a lot of pressure, and we had to get it done.
It was always under
pressure.
Yeah.
So the thing is that once you're under pressure, it kind of also pushes you to move forward and to find a solution. So this is the way that we learned the program. And after some time, I asked myself, okay, this is like a big struggle that I was facing, and what if there's other people as well who have the same struggle to learn the software, to learn all of these skills, to actually understand on a deeper level how to use it? And that's the origin. That's actually the reason of how Rhino community started. That's how our channel started. And today we're proud to say that we have near 50,000 YouTube subscribers. We have more than 170 free tutorials on our YouTube channel, and we have more than 100,000 people total in our community who had who've been in contact with us in the past, including all of our social media channels. So this is just like to show you that once we created those first tutorials, then people wanted to know more and more and more. And that's how we developed. That's how our brand started to grow. That's how we had our first course. What was it, like three and a half years ago? And then that was the first workshop I did, and then later on,
I think almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years ago,
something like that. Yeah.
And then the way that the course was organized is that we wanted to ask you guys what you want to know more, and we wanted to actually get your feedback. And based on your feedback, we wanted to create those lessons that you need. And all of these years were like a repeat process. Like, you get feedback and you iterate your design, you iterate the course, you iterate the program. So right now what we have is like the final, let's say, the complete addition of all of this knowledge that we got. Lucky, maybe you can say
I can introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Lazar, and I'm architect and computational designer. and I have experience in working in Europe, and also I work in China, as I mentioned in one of our first live sessions. So, and I had opportunity in all these offices to implement my knowledge of parametric design. And I work on various types of projects and with the focus of applying parametric modeling of to some buildings. So mainly it was like more about creating parametric facades, landscape, as I mentioned in this live, and also some kind of parametric walls, parametric structures as well. So like, yeah, as Dusan said, both of us struggling to learn Rhino and Grasshopper, and we didn't have proper resources to learn all of this. And yeah, we decided let's start sharing our knowledge, and let's combine our forces and start how to Rhino.
Yeah, and then I also want to add that the way that we wanted to present this was through a completely like a beginner-friendly approach, which means that somebody who never opened Rhino, somebody who never opened Grasshopper, could get to that advanced level. So we wanted to have we wanted to have a course that we wish we had when we were studying, right?
Exactly.
So this is like the perfect product in terms of what you want, like the approach of learning that you want to have. And the goal of this live is to actually show you that approach and to show you what is possible. So that's why we created so-called Rhino and Grasshopper Ultimate Training Program. And now we're gonna let me share my screen. So Rhino and Grasshopper Ultimate Training Program is something that we came up with, and this program is contains three different courses. It contains Rhino for Architects course. It contains Grasshopper complete course and Rhino inside Revit course. So this is the idea, is to have three major courses and to have the ability to choose if you want to pick one, if you want to pick the second one, the third one, or if you want to take all of them. Of course, if you want to take all of them, that's possible. You would have the complete, let's say, the complete picture, but we also separated them so people can choose whichever course they want. Now we're gonna actually show you, how these courses look like on the inside, and what you can expect to get out of each one of them. So the first one is called Rhino for Architects course, and the whole idea behind this one is this is the most comprehensive course when it comes to using Rhino. So this is specifically for Rhino, how to have the best design workflow with Rhino, how to create any kind of 2D drawings, 3D geometry, how to get from beginner to the advanced level. And let me just see. Okay. And then also how to organize your projects, how to create flow geometry with sub-Ds, how to create any type of architectural diagram, and also animation that we shared before. Let me just show you real quick how these courses actually look like. I'm going to start with the first one. So this is how the course looks like, Rhino for Architects course. And you can see here we have our own platform, which is something that we're going to talk about in great detail later on. Everything is divided into 9 modules. Here we have module 1, Rhino Essentials. We have Rhino Intermediate. We have Rhino Advanced Sub-Ds. We have Grasshopper Essentials. We have Beam Rhino Visual Arc. And then we have V-Ray for Rhino. We have Architectural Presentation module. And we have Architectural Animation with Bongo. And the last one is Case Study Project. So these 9 modules actually cover a lot of information. There are around, let me see how many, I think it was
more than 60.
More than 60 hours of video material that we have inside. And here you can also see that you have you have the ability to start immediately. You have also the ability to have a lifetime access, which means that you can watch this at any time. You're not obligated to watch this until a certain time. And we also wanted to share with you what you will see inside. So let me just continue here. So here are all of the lessons. And when you click on one of those lessons, let's say when you click on, for example, the first lesson, module run essentials, you will see there is introduction video of me, and you have all of the resources inside the course. You have the project files, you have the homework files, you have all of the things which are connected with module number 1. And here are the lessons. So here, for example, we talk about gumball, modeling aids, and these are all of the individual lessons. Then here, for example, we talk about the essential commands in Rhino, we talk about the advanced commands in Rhino. In module number 3, we talk about sub-Ds, like how do you create sub-Ds, like what's the process behind using them, how do we go from very simple commands, simple lesson, then we increase the complexity as we go along. And then at the end, we create these complex projects from Zachary, then from MED Architects, and you have a complete overview of how you can do those yourself. And then, for example, you have homework files. If you go all the way down, you will see that you have homework files, questions, and homework. So here is the explanation of what you need to do in the homework assignments. This is the video of me where I explain what you need to do in them. And then we have the questions. So these questions are all of the questions that you got over time from our students. And they're very, they're very valuable, because oftentimes when people ask questions, we record the video. We post the video here so everybody else can see what the questions were all about. They can see the explanations. So this is like a huge library of questions where you can get all the possible answers. So if you have some kind of question, it's probably already answered here. So you should definitely check out the questions when you finish the lessons. Also, I'm going to show you now here how the homework files look like. So this is, for example, one of the projects and one of the homework assignments from module number 1. So here, for example, you have instructions of what you need to do in the homework assignments. Using the move command, relocate these to the geometries as shown in the example. So you can see here how you're supposed to solve the projects, how you should use the commands that you learned. And your goal is, again, to watch the lessons, do the homework assignments, and then ask us any kind of questions that you might have. Same thing for Grasshopper. This is, for example, the file this is like a solved file, but this is the goal that you need to create. So this is all based on the lessons that we had in the past about Grasshopper, and then this is the file that you need to solve, and this is how all of these elements will be created.
I want to add just like learning any kind of software is not just watching tutorials, watching lessons. Why we created this workshop, the homework files is for you to practice. So you watch the video, but then we provide homework files, to practice and to memorize all these commands that we mentioned in the lessons. So that's the main reason of having these homework files.
Yeah. Now let me show you. So this is regarding the first course. The second course is Grasshopper Complete course, and again, Grasshopper Complete course has more than 50 hours of video material. It has like a complete collection of 500 plus Grasshopper components, 10 complex projects. I'm going to briefly now just show you the platform so you have an understanding of how the platform looks like. So this is the platform for Grasshopper Complete course. Again, you have the list of all of the lessons. When you want to watch the lesson, just click on any of those lessons. And we start again from very basic. So what is even Grasshopper? How do you think about creating these kind of facades? Like what's the parametric design? Like we want to show you the possibility, when it comes to creating complex projects, complex facades. And we want to show you the process and how you can actually go through the process and how you can have the understanding of how these complex buildings are formed. When you actually simplify a definition in simple parts, anything is possible to be understood. So like through these lessons, first we go slowly. We show you, okay, what is the user interface? Then we talk about simple geometry. Then we talk about mathematics, lists, conditions, curves. We explain also some important aspects of mathematics in Grasshopper. We talk about vectors in detail. We talk about data trees at the end. So everything is organized so that we go from very simple lessons, then we increase the complexity as we go along.
Yeah, I want to add that this kind of Grasshopper course you cannot find on the internet, because it covers, as Dusan said, more than 500 components explained in detail, and each, like most of the component that we explain comes with 2, 3, 5 examples how to use that single component. So in total, we have more than 1,000 definitions covering all the native Grasshopper components. So once you install Grasshopper, you can see all these tabs. So each of these tabs, each of these topic, it's covered in the course. And what I want to emphasize is this is like a video library. So you can search, you will get like PDF script of the list of all components that comes with the Grasshopper course, and you can find the timestamp when we cover that course when we cover this component in the course. So like we tried to cover here everything about the Grasshopper once you install it without plugins. So more than 95% of the components we cover in the course. You can just share one of the images. So on the right side, we can see the canvas, and this is just one topic. So this is just like, this is just intersections. So only for the intersections, we have more than 100 examples. So where we cover a component, and this red mark definitions are related with the examples how to use that component. So this is for the intersections, this is for the meshes. So you can see the amount of this the amount of the components that we cover here. This is for the data structure. You can see on the right here, you can see this so many wires. So for one component such as path mapper or split tree, we cover like different solutions, different masks, how to use that specific component.
Yeah, so this is this is just like to showcase the how deep this is and how much information you have inside of here. So this is for the Grasshopper Complete course is for somebody who who wants to have a complete understanding to like from a complete beginner to the advanced level, who wants to get there as soon as possible. But you need to be careful because this is Grasshopper Essentials, and then we have Grasshopper Intermediate, and then the last one is Grasshopper Advanced, and this is where we cover all of those complex projects, like how do we create complex designs, complex parametric definitions, and we use, of course, all of the knowledge that we got from the previous module inside of here to create these complex projects.
I forgot to mention that each component that is covered, it's covered only with the component that explained previously in the course. So we don't like explain component and we use like 5 new components in that moment. So this is how we structure the whole course. So once we explain component, we use only previous explained component, and then we go deeper and deeper explaining like 500 of them.
Yeah, that's regarding the Grasshopper one, Grasshopper Complete course, and the last one is Rhino Inside Revit, and Rhino Inside Revit is as you guys know, it's like a new addition to Rhino's tools that connects Rhino, Grasshopper, and Revit. And here we have 15 hours of video material. We have 3 main modules, and you'll be able here to actually get a complete understanding of how Rhino Inside Revit works from the scratch. So again, we start with the interface. We show you the components. Then we talk about Revit and Rhino terminology. We explain all of the the language that you need to understand first. Then we talk about every specific component. So again, here we explained every specific component that is available within the project. We talk about later on. We talk about specific use cases. We talk about how you can create any kind of like building design through curves, how you can push that to Revit, how you can change the families, how to use adaptive components, for example, how to create adaptive facades, like how to create, how to combine like the sub-Ds with the Revit, and how to, at the end, even we talk about 3D printing, how to prepare your files for 3D printing, how to optimize them if you have a project from Revit that you want to 3D print. And then at the end, we talk about very complex project. This is like we called it complex tower project, where we designed the tower in Grasshopper. We designed it, and then in Ryan said, right, we try to push all of those floors, all of those facade details into Revit, and at the end you'll have the final project, done in Revit as well.
Yeah, we involve here also sub-D, so Grasshopper, sub-D, and later on we import in run inside Revit and create the whole project in Revit as well.
Yeah. So far, guys, do you have any kind of questions regarding these 3 courses? Do you have any kind of questions about the material that we have?
What are your thoughts, suggestions, questions? Like, feel free to ask.
Yeah. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is
I hope we still have people watching us.
We do, but we don't have questions. Okay, so everything seems everything is clear, seems like.
Do you think these courses will help me to achieve this?
I'm studying doctorate.
Okay. We have
PhD. The way I want to use this knowledge is to model parametrically the urban form part of a city. Definitely,
Yeah.
but this is too broad. So first we would need to see what is the project, what is the idea that you want to develop. Everything in Grasshopper can be done, and it can be implemented in many different industries and many different examples. That's why, as a part of this course, you also have the connection with us, a one-on-one connection that you can actually, you can ask us questions personally. We can help you with your personal projects as well.
We have a question from Victoria. Can you just in these courses, do you cover Kangaroo 2, Python? What kind of other plugins? As a structural and facade engineer, I'm interested in these 2, as well as Karamba, Geometry Gym, Launchbox, TD Toolbox. Always I say to our students that they ask for the Kangaroo, for Geometry Gym, for Karamba, like, I want to make sure, like Dush and me want to make sure that first you master Grasshopper skills. So to master data tree, to master how to manage data tree. This is like the most complex things for people. So if you are advanced in that topic, you can go on. So here in this course, we first try to make sure to cover everything about native Grasshopper components. And once you master all of them, you can go on with the Kangaroo, with the Python, with Launchbox. It will be much easier for you. So here we focus only on the native Grasshopper components. Later on, we'll add more
regarding
plugins.
all of these plugins that you mentioned, we are definitely going to cover them in the future. But this is like our next step. This is like, first we wanted to create the complete library of everything.
Yeah.
And then we'll push this to the next
But many people want to learn Kangaroo, Launchbox, what's the name, paneling tools, but they're not like super, or they're not advanced in Grasshopper. So they want to learn more, like 10 plugins, but they're not like proficient in Grasshopper. So make sure you learn, so you advance your skills in Grasshopper, and then feel free to experiment with the new plugins. Yeah, that's my suggestion.
Now we're gonna start. We're gonna actually go through all of the videos that we have prepared for each module, and we just want to give a short overview of what you can expect in every single module of the course. So first one, we're gonna start with this one. Let's see if we have if you guys can hear. Would you like to learn the very basics of Rhino in less than 5 days? If that's something you're interested in, pay close attention. My first contact with Rhino was more than 10 years ago, in the second year of my architectural school. Everybody was telling us that we should learn it because it has enormous potential, and even though I was quite proficient in SketchUp already, I gave it a go. You probably know that feeling when you start getting good at one software and then start a new one. There's a whole new way of thinking to it, and it really makes you feel at disadvantage to others. That's how I felt, and I was very confused because the first steps are always the hardest, and you simply don't know where to start because the interface looks so complex and overwhelming. In addition to all of that, I didn't have any resources. There weren't many tutorials, and the ones I found were very long and repetitive, so it was a real struggle at the beginning for me. That's exactly what this module will help you with. You will not be scared of the complicated interface anymore, as well as Rhino's terminology, and you'll get tutorials that are going straight to the point. They will help you to understand the basics and how to apply them to architectural example. When it comes to efficiency, you'll learn the smartest tricks, hacks, and shortcuts which will save you tons of time while modeling, and you'll finally be able to memorize the most important commands for architecture and apply them to your own projects. Okay, so this is the first one. We're going to start now. We're going to talk about. I'm going to show you the second module. This is going to be module number 2, Rhino Intermediate. Are you interested in knowing what are some of the best workflows in Rhino for architects? Maybe you're wondering how to best organize your models, how to structure layers, and how to print directly from Rhino. Many times when we model, we overlook the importance of a well-structured approach to our modeling process. We simply start throwing out 3D ideas, and very quickly our model becomes a complete mess, and then it's difficult to create a proper presentation because we get lost and spend a lot of time trying to figure out that mess. I'm guilty of this as well, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a clean and organized model. In this module, we're going to cover some of the best practices and best workflows with other programs, so your Rhino models are always clean and organized. You will have the ability to work smarter and not harder, and how to model professionally instead of randomly. We'll cover the principles of using Rhino blocks as well as layouts in Rhino and how to prepare your files for printing, so you'll be able to output project documentation directly from Rhino without the need to do this process in other programs. Okay, that was the second one, and then let's see organic modeling with sub-Ds. Have you ever wondered what is the fastest and easiest way to model fluid architectural forms like many iconic buildings from Zaha Hadid and Mad Architects? Did you ever have a situation when you had a concept that involves complex geometry, but in the end you had to give it up because you simply didn't have enough technical skills to do it? Well, I have some good news for you. Creating complex organic form has never been easier thanks to sub-D tools for Rhino 7. And in this module, I'm going to introduce you to these tools and show exactly all the steps you need to take to create organic architecture. A lot of people are struggling with organic modeling and wondering why it seems so overwhelming and why it is so difficult at the first step, why it cannot be easier. The reason is simple. You either didn't have the right learning resources and the right tutorials, or you simply gave up right away because you spent a lot of time trying to learn it without success. Complex fluid form modeling in Rhino 7, thanks to sub-D tools, will allow you to create any type of complex architectural form and even combine it with parametric modeling tools in Grasshopper. Here, you'll discover how to complete organic modeling projects from Zaha Hadid and Mad Architects, and how to use these modeling techniques and apply them to your own design ideas and projects. All right. Grasshopper Essentials is going to be the same as the first module of Grasshopper Complete course, so we're going to watch this one a little bit later. Let's see number 5, which is BIM in Rhino with Visual Arc. When it comes to building information modeling, did you know that with Visual Arc you can create full BIM model directly in Rhino, just like you can do in Revit or ArchiCAD? Not only that, but you can also use these BIM components with Grasshopper and use the power of parametric modeling and apply it to your model. When it comes to BIM, we hear a lot about those industry standard programs like Revit and ArchiCAD. We're often not sure how to integrate Rhino and Grasshopper with those programs. Today, there are a couple of very efficient ways to achieve this integration. But if you're looking for a BIM solution that costs much less but has near the same capabilities, Visual Arc is a great tool for that. With the help of Visual Arc, you can easily import and export complex freeform geometries to your Revit files, or even create your own building components within Rhino's interface. Once you go through the training, you'll be perfectly equipped to use BIM in Rhino and export base plan and sections with a single click, create all product schedules, materials, tables, other specs, and much more. Okay, V-Ray for Rhino. This is the one on rendering. Would you like to know how to create stunning architectural renderings directly in Rhino with V-Ray rendering engine? If you have an interest in architectural visualization and you'd like to have a seamless workflow in Rhino without the need to switch to other rendering software, V-Ray for Rhino will make your life much easier. When it comes to architectural visualization industry, there are a lot of different rendering engines and V-Ray has been there the longest. So whether you're looking for a quick render to show your concept designs, or you're looking for a full architectural visualization workflow with materials and models, this is going to tremendously help you out. With V-Ray Next for Rhino, you even have the option to integrate Grasshopper as a parametric tool for your renders and animations. Once you finish this module, you'll finally be able to properly apply lighting to your scenes, you'll be able to apply materials to your projects, texture your models, and use various techniques to create grass, trees, proxy objects, and much more. And then module number 7 on architectural presentation. This is one of my favorite ones. What if you have the ability to create architectural diagrams such as these? Do you think that having these skills would improve your overall project presentation and your portfolio? After all, project presentation is one of the most important elements when it comes to selling your design idea. I remember thinking that in order to convey your design idea, you always need to have flashy and colorful renderings that usually take a long time to produce. I didn't realize that this was a limiting belief that I had, and that in order to tell the story and the concept of your project, you just need a good and simple architectural diagram that you can quickly produce with Rhino and later combine it with some vector-based programs like Illustrator. After this module, you'll learn how to create complex architectural diagrams similar to what big architects are doing. You'll be able to enhance your concepts with various axonometric elements, and you'll discover the power of visual styles in Rhino and how to apply them on your own architectural projects and export them as high-resolution images ready for presentation boards. In addition to that, you'll see how to quickly create exploded diagrams, clipping planes, different types of 3D sections, and we're even going to touch a little bit of Photoshop and ways you can enhance your renderings. All right, and then this is the one on animation, architectural animation with Bongo plugin. Did you know that there is a super efficient method to create architectural animations and present your concepts visually in a video format? Thanks to the Bongo plugin and the power of Rhino visual styles, now you can create simple and complex animations and have stunning visual presentations without the need to wait long for the animations to render. I remember back when I was a student, animations were something that almost nobody was producing, and that's because they were extremely time-consuming to prepare and render out. Even when I was working in an architectural office, we had a render farm dedicated to rendering thousands of frames, and that even took like 3 to 4 days. So I'm sure you can relate to this situation. Sometimes we simply don't have that necessary time to render the animation because we have a deadline. However, today, with Rhino, you can render out the same type of animation in less than 2 hours. In this module, you will get familiar with the best practices when it comes to architectural animations. We'll cover everything you need to know about animation with Bongo and Rhino from the very beginning, so you can clearly understand how to create your unique animations with different visual styles. We're going to go step by step all the way until the end, when we'll create a complex animation similar to what big architects are doing. You'll learn how to combine multiple animations, and we're even going to touch upon After Effects and how to best render your videos and create button callouts. As a result, you'll be able to present your projects in a video format as a walkthrough or fly-through animations, and all of that in a super easy way using Bongo plugin for Rhino. Right, and the last one, case study project from start to finish.
How do you combine all this knowledge and how do you create a project in Rhino from scratch? Where do you start from and how do you prepare that model for interior and exterior renderings later on? We're going to find out all of that here. Since Rhino integrates with almost any CAD software, we have the ability to import CAD drawings directly in Rhino and use them as a base to build up our house starting from the foundations. In this module, we're going to cover a lot of ground and you'll learn how to implement all Rhino commands that we went over in the first two modules on a specific example. Oftentimes, when we're modeling a project, we encounter various issues and mistakes along the way. This training also includes those examples because it's one thing to follow instructions, but it's the other thing when you need to solve a particular unexpected problem. So I kept this one as raw as possible so it resembles the real-world scenario as much as possible. In the end, you will know how to handle complex modeling tasks, texturing your model and doing ring in V-Ray with post-production in Photoshop. It's time for you to finally be completely comfortable in Rhino and have full control over your projects, your ideas, and your final presentation.
All right, so that was all of the videos that we had for Rhino for Architects course. And now we're going to show you the videos from Grasshopper Complete course. The first one is going to be Grasshopper Essentials. And this is the one that's going to talk about the core concepts of Grasshopper. This is where you will start if you didn't use Grasshopper before.
Would you like to finally learn the logic behind Grasshopper and understand how to use parametric modeling in your own projects? But you feel like Grasshopper is very hard to understand on your own, and you're struggling how to convert an idea into Grasshopper definition, or you just feel like there are so many things that are possible with this software, with so many different commands and techniques, you don't even have a clue on how to do anything. If any of this sounds familiar to you, it's time to finally demystify Grasshopper once and for all. One of the biggest challenges I had when I was learning Grasshopper is that I couldn't find any good methodical tutorials that will teach me the core basic principles right. There was some scattered information all over the place, but there wasn't one place where I could find everything and answer all of my doubts. I've given up so many times on Grasshopper because I got frustrated when I couldn't find the error in my definition and I simply couldn't control it the way I wanted, and that's because I didn't have a well-structured learning process that would take me step by step from very basics of Grasshopper and allow me to understand the math and data behind it. That's what you will learn here. You will finally be able to have a step-by-step approach in learning Grasshopper that will cover all the basics behind it and explain in great detail the logic behind it and how to use that logic to create your desired parametric models. After each set of lessons, there will be an extensive amount of exercises that you will do in order to learn the commands and apply them right away on specific examples. You'll finally understand the core key principles of Grasshopper and how to find a solution when you encounter an error in your definitions. On top of that, you will finally be able to comprehend data trees in Grasshopper and how to use them to your advantage in order to create amazing parametric designs.
All right, and now for Grasshopper Intermediate and Grasshopper Advanced. We already talked about Grasshopper Intermediate. It's the collection, the huge collection of, as we said, more than 500 examples of single components with
actually more than 1,000,
1,000.
500 components it's covered. They're covered,
plus the examples for those components. And then the module 3 is on complex projects. It's where we're gonna talk about advanced approaches, and these are all the projects that we're gonna be modeling. Now I'm gonna show here one video where we actually cover, more or less what you can find, like what you can find in the files, what types of projects we're gonna be creating, so you have a complete.
But this is just like a sneak peek.
This is a sneak peek. Yeah,
we didn't cover like everything in this short video.
So the idea is here, to show you the what you can expect when you join, when you see these products, what you'll be able to create, and you'll have the methodology, and you'll have the process of creating these kinds of projects.
Yeah, this is just for one topic. All this, what you can see in the canvas.
Yeah, these are now like some small examples, which are again connected with one single component. So you can see that we have many examples here. Some of them can be products themselves, and they're connected with just explaining one single
maybe
component.
later you can open some of these images. Or we already show it, the images, with the topics. This is just for the meshes. This is one of the projects, like for the spiral staircases, how to create them.
Yes, so all in all, if you talk about the products, like we have 10 complex products, but in general, there are like a lot of like simple projects as well that you can, of course, use, and you can, the goal is that you understand how to create this yourself, not to kind of copy it, right? So you want to use this knowledge to be able to think about a project, parametric project, and then create it yourself. The way that we learned Grasshopper was like we practiced a lot through seeing something in real life and then trying to recreate it in Grasshopper, and that's like some kind of practice that you can do yourself. Like if you see some kind of design on Instagram or YouTube, wherever, and you want to see if you can create it, once you're able to do that, no matter what, you'll know that you learn Grasshopper well. Which is something that Lazar here is the expert in. I'm still not.
But that's how we learn, like step by step. We saw some like a bench or lamp, and then we can see some. We saw some render or image in the book, and we try to recreate it.
Yeah. So this is regarding the Grasshopper content, and for on your side Revit, we have here a small video here that we can also share. And again, here is like we did this example in the workshop, and here we have also like 5 or 6 additional projects that we cover, and we try to incorporate the knowledge of Grasshopper to actually use all of the knowledge of data trees, of data matching, of parametric possibilities of Grasshopper, and then we try to fuse this with the beam families in Revit. Again, combination with subds. We also have at the end we have like a collection of all the use cases, right? So how you can use Rhinoceros Revit, and this is just something that we started with like 4 or 5 use cases, and in the future we're going to update this, and this is also where you come into place, where we're going to ask you how you would use Rhinoceros Revit, what are some of the aspects that you would like to know more, and then we're going to upgrade on this. All right, so we have Alex saying this is love at first sight. Good. Yeah. This is what is possible. This is just like a tiny piece of what you can do. Again, inside of Revit, we have introduction, we have components, and again at the end we have use cases, just like I mentioned. Now is the time that we talk about the pricing of the course and how you can be a part of it. Before the pricing, I forgot again. We need to talk about the bonuses. So what are the bonuses, and like how do you why we prepare these bonuses? So we wanted to make this really good user experience for you guys. So the first bonus that we have is the new platform that we have, and we have the interaction between other people inside of this platform. So let me show you how this platform looks like. So this is like you can think about this as like a Facebook group, but it's very focused on the course material. It's actually the place where you can ask us questions. This is the place where you can interact with us. This is the place where I'll put the updates. This is where all of you are as well. You can see here people who are currently online. You can see also the courses that you have. You can see the topics, the members inside. For example, when you click on courses, it will take you to all of our courses that we have available. And depending on which course you buy, you will have access to some of these courses. And I showed you again how it looks like when you enter the course. You have here first like the introduction video, then you have all of the other videos inside, and we have here all the download links. When you enter some kind of video, you can also maximize the window here, and you have all of your lessons on the left side. At the end, you have the button. Now you don't see the button because I'm the admin, but you would have here the button that says finish lesson. That will give you the percentage of how far you've gone through the course. So for example, if I go to the members, and I can see, actually, let me see. If I go to the courses, if I go to this course, and then if I click on the members, I can see how far you went through the course. You can see the percentage. For example, here we can see Jean-Paul had 21% completion rate. So you can see how far other people have gone. And in terms of the communication, we also have here the possibility to use DMs. You can DM us directly. We have a big public chat here as well. And you also have notification that you can turn on, turn off if you wish. So this is the first bonus that we have. The second bonus is extended tutorials and project files. So
somebody asked
yes.
about that, so we can
sure.
highlight that comment.
Is this one?
Tanvir asked.
Yeah, I had a question. Is your full tutorials in your page for Patreon free with this course? Yes. So you're gonna get, if you're Patreon on the extended plan, you will get all of our extended tutorials and project files. Let me show you, what this means. This means that you would get, so for example, this is our bonus content, and you have all of these tutorials, which are advanced tutorials from our YouTube channel. So you would use this when you finish the course. When you want to practice more, you can use all of these lessons. You can use all of these project files to practice even more. And let me see, did I miss something? Yeah, so that's bonus number 1. Then bonus number 3 is coaching calls library. This is also very interesting because this is something that you also get a part of the bonus section. Coaching calls library is a collection of all of our one-on-one calls that we had in the past with our students, where you can actually see how we managed to help other people, our students, with their products, with their ideas, with their definitions. Of course, all of these videos are published here with their permission. So we can actually share some additional tips with you, some additional tricks that were not covered in the course. And they're all covered in this huge one-on-one coaching calls library. There is around, I think, also around 30 or 40 hours of video material here just in the extended videos. These videos are very long. They're like 1 hour, 2 hour long videos. So make sure that you first finish the course, then watch the extended tutorials.
So we make this coaching calls library for all the students can benefit from them.
Exactly, because sometimes people have very really like interesting projects, and then we show some kind of workflow that is not covered in the course, and then we share that workflow with everybody else in the community, so everybody else can see that. For example, oftentimes people ask us about plugins, right? So we had that question here before. So sometimes you would explain some kind of plugin in that one-on-one call, and that's how you can actually get more information and more.
Yeah, we have some students who ask me about the plugin, which is not covered in the course, and then we talk about that plugin and to create some Grasshopper script or for the Rhino. Doesn't matter. Just we'll explain you how to finish your work with a certain plugin.
Yeah. Then we have bonus number 4 is freelancing course 101 on Upwork. So what would you do, if you had all of these skills? How you would monetize these skills? This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to show you here in this short freelancing 101 crash course. I was doing freelancing for over, I would say, 7.5 years, and I've used a platform called Upwork. And in this bonus, I will show you how to get clients and how to apply for jobs and how to use these skills that you will learn to get clients and to get hired, and how to actually send a job proposal, how to stand out from the crowd, how to have a unique price, how to actually position yourself as the expert in your field. And this is what we're going to be covering here. So this is just like a way of using these skills to get out there and to get more clients.
Because Dusan is an expert in freelancing.
Yeah, I would not call myself an expert, but I can say that I had so many clients until now, and I've got used to actually communicating with them and how to send your message and how to be professional, how to stand out. and this is everything that is covered in this crash course. Then we have bonus number 5 is unlimited support, plus 3 personal projects. What does this mean? Because
Okay, so unlimited support means that you can email us all the time if we have some problem. If you want to create something, you let's say cannot, you don't know how to model something. You can reach out, you can send us email. We'll try to help you. Or I mean, usually what we do, we either answer like on the email, or what we prefer to do, to record a video. So we record like a short tutorial, personalized just for your question, and also if with your permission we publish on our platform so that other students can benefit from that question. And plus 3 personal project means if you have, let's say you want to create something, you found something like picture online, you want to recreate that for your personal project, and we will try to offer our help, because it's time consuming. We need like 1-2 day or sometimes couple of hours to recreate that, to create only that for you. So you have 3, you can use this kind of personal project help. Yeah, so more or less this is how we offer our support. I think what is really how this course stand out from the others, because you can email us whenever you want. So usually for the other courses, you don't have that communication with the creator of the courses. But here you can always contact us either on the platform using DM or our email, or you can later on, if you want, you can schedule call with us on the Zoom, and we can share our screen and we can help you out.
Yeah, this is something that is like oftentimes if you're just like watching any kind of course, and when you have a question, oftentimes you kind of need to write a question, then send it, and you wait until somebody answers. We really try to be there with you as soon as we can, and we try to help you out as soon as we can. So this is something that you can really think about in a way that it's really different than everybody else. And you also have a lot of people who finished our course. You have their experiences on our website. You can actually check them out, and you can hear from other people the same things. These are all of the bonuses that we have, and now we can actually talk about the pricing. Before we go there,
can we answer from maybe some of those questions?
We have some questions that we can answer first. What kind of computer do I need to take a course like that, and how is access to the software to be used handled? So in terms of the computer, you don't need super fast computer. You need, let's say, I would say medium to let's say upper medium computer. So you don't need to have super expensive machine, because the projects are going to work whatever you have. But for example, let's say I would say at least 8 gigabytes of RAM at least, and then everything else is not that important. Maybe to have i5 processor, and to have, let's say, some kind of graphics card that can handle real-time rendering engines.
And maybe 16 gigabytes of RAM.
I said at least 8, so at least 8.
Right.
Everything above will work. Access to software is something that is up to you. So we don't provide the licenses, we provide the training, and we give you all of the download links where you can download the software for 30 days and 60 days. So it's up to you to see if you like the software, if you continue to use it. But we only handle the training. Also, all of these plugins that we also cover, they're also like some of those plugins are paid, and it's up to you again to see if you want to use the plugins or not, if you want to buy them or not. But we try to put all of the best possible information in the course, and all of the best plugins that we use. And this is like a collection of all of the information that we use on an everyday basis, and it's up to you to handle the costs. What are the free updates we can expect in the coming months next year, or will it also be paid content? So all of the updates that are going to be connected with the course itself are going to be free. So for example, let's say that there's a new update for some kind of new commands in subd. There's a new commands for Rhino side Revit. There's some kind of new developments with V-Ray. For example, this is something that you can expect to get. Everything that is connected with the current modules, with the current software, with the current developments, we're going to continue to update, and you will see those updates on the platform.
Also plugins for Grasshopper as well. So we're planning to create updates for the Grasshopper course with plugins. First, probably we'll cover Launchbox, paneling tools. That's for sure. After that, probably Ladybug, some of Kangaroo, and
So somebody asked before about the plugins. This is our plan to be included in the course in the near future.
Just next step once we master all of that.
All right.
What text? Okay.
So now we're going to talk about the pricing. We're going to talk about how the course is structured in terms of the pricing and what are your options. So let me pull up the image that we had about the pricing, and let's show it here. So this is these are the pricing options that we have available. If you want to join the complete course, if you want to join Running Grasshopper Ultimate program that contains three courses that we talked about, the price would be $3,497 if you choose to pay in a single payment, or you can choose 6 monthly payments of $647. And if you choose to pay in a single payment, you would be saving $385. So it's a little bit more expensive if you're buying with 6 monthly payments. Then we also have the pricing for individual courses. So if you want to buy courses individually, this is also possible. The Rhino for Athletes course is $1,497. You can pay in 5 monthly payments of $347, or you can, again, you save $238 if you do a single payment. Grasshopper complete course is $1,997, and you can do 5 monthly payments of $447, or if you do a single one, you save $238. And the last one is Rhino side Revit, single payment of $997, or 3 monthly payments of $347. You save $44. Now let me show you what you would see if you decide to join. So let's say that you want to purchase the complete course. You would actually click here, and this would take you to this new page where you would be able to choose if you want to go with a single payment or if you want to go with 6 monthly payments. If you choose to go with a single payment, you would open up, you would click here, the new window would open up, you would do your information, the credit card payment, and you would receive in your email the instructions on how to access our platform. Also, I wanted to show you what happens after the purchase. So let's see what would happen when we do the purchase. Let's take a look. Let me just see if this works.
Once you choose the payment option that works for you, just click on Buy Now button here. This will open up a new window, and here all you need to do is type your email address. So let's put our email address here. It will ask you where the country is, where you're from. So just put the country you're from. And here you would need to choose if you want to pay with PayPal or pay by card. In this case, we would choose pay by card. And here you would just fill out your card information and click on subscribe. And that would be it. Once you process the payment, you will be redirected to this page that would say your purchase was successful. And all you need to do here is type your full name and type your email address. And it's very important that you type the same email address that you typed previously in the checkout. So make sure you put the same email address, click register course account. And once you click there, it will open up this new window, this new page where you just need to go to your inbox and you will see the email that is sent from us. Here is the email. This is how it looks like. And here you just need to follow all of these instructions in the email to join our platform. And that's it. If you have any concerns or questions, feel free to send us a message. Here on this page, you can click on the chat. And here, if I'm available, I'm going to answer right away.
All right, so this is what how the process of buying the course would look like, and after this, so you can choose here below if you want to do the whole package, if you want to just a single Rhino for Architects course, if you want to do Grasshopper complete course, or if you want to do Rhino Inside Revit course. You would get, when you click there, you would get separate pages for each. So this is for everything. This is just for Rhino for Architects course. This is for Grasshopper complete course, and this is for Rhino Inside Revit course. We also wanted to mention that we offer 14 days money back guarantee, which means that you have 14 days to see if this is going to work for you. We only ask that you, for example, send us your homework files and have at least one-on-one Zoom call with us, so that we make sure that this is really not for you. So if you have at least one Zoom call with us and you're still not sure that this is the right thing for you, we will gladly refund you the money. One last thing is that this is, as we said before, limited time offer. This pricing will be available until June 16th. After June 16th, we close the doors and you cannot purchase the course anymore. If the course is going to be available to purchase in the future, it will be on a much higher price range. So this is a unique opportunity for you to purchase at this price. Usually we do these kind of events once a year or 2 times a year, once in 9 months. So you can expect to have this kind of pricing in 9 months if you decide that it's not for you today. And this is something that we wanted to conclude with. And we wanted to talk a little bit about who is this course for and who is this course not for. So if you're an architect, if you are interested in improving your skills in this area, this is definitely something that you want to go forward with. On the other hand, if you're a jewelry designer or product designer or fashion designer or somebody who's not into architecture, this is not going to be the perfect fit for you. So we want to be completely honest with you. This is strictly for architects, because all of the examples that we cover in the course are architecturally based, and they all cover our own unique views on architecture, how you use software in architecture. So this is really important to understand. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is what makes us unique and why what's different about this course or any other course. So if you've been with us so far, you've seen what we can do in terms of what types of presentation we're having, what types of events we're preparing, in terms of what type of content we're publishing, also what types of lessons we provide. So everything that you saw in the workshop is just like a tiny piece of what you can expect to see in the course. And you can expect to see even higher organization, even higher structure in terms of going in a very sequential way to the advanced professional level. And the second thing is that this is focused on problem solving. This course is focused on how to deal with real problems that you're encountering in architecture, how to deal with specific facade designs, how to deal with specific designs for like conceptual designs, how to deal with presenting projects, how to do animation, how to create parametric designs, how to fuse this in Revit. So it's like an overall set of problems that we try to help you with and that we've been through ourselves. So this is also the thing that I would like to mention. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say this is more like Rhino Grasshopper Academy than the course, because in total we have more than 130 or 140 hours of video material. So this is not like a normal course, like with 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. Like imagine 130, 140 hours of video material. So whole package.
Yeah, this is also one thing that I want to add is if you want to go through all of this, you need to dedicate a lot of time to go through it. So if you don't have time but you want quick results, this is not for you. So this is for somebody who really who knows, okay, this is what I want to do with these skills. I want to have better portfolio. I want to have more clients. I want to be completely free to design whatever I want. I don't want to have any kind of technical difficulties. I just want to be as creative as I can. If you have that kind of desire, then this course will help you to get there. So it's not going to be like you watch a tutorial and then you immediately know how to create your project. It's going to take a lot of practice to do all of the homework assignments, to actually ask us questions. We're there for you nonstop, and we want to to help you get there as soon as we can. Also, what would this mean for you? So think about what you can do with these skills. Think about all of the products that you could create if you had these skills. Think about what would this mean for your CV. What would this mean for your portfolio? What types of offices maybe that you would be able to work for, that you would be able to apply for. Oftentimes people ask us to discuss their portfolios, so we all oftentimes talk about portfolios. We give advices on what we think would be the best approach to present some kind of product. So think about what kinds of doors these skills can open for you. And lastly, you can forget about technical stuff and technical limitations. So all in all, this is what makes us different. This is what we're proud of. We're also proud of 450 architects who went through our course, and we're proud to say that all of them are super happy with the results that they got. So let me just share our page of testimonials here, and this is just some of the people who went through our course. You can actually take a look at some of these people on the page, and you'll be able to see what they went through, what types of problems they had, how they solved those problems. You can see you can see their projects that they were able to do when they finished the course. So below here, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see some of the projects of these people, and you'll be able to see what is the outcome that you can expect to have for yourself. What is the how you can actually use these skills in terms of types of products, concepts, in terms of presentation styles, in terms of using both urbanistic products or small scale products, or doing 2D line work, 3D line work, and so on. Below here, you would see all of the renderings and so on. So this is just also possibilities of Grasshopper, parametric design, and so on.
So they're real people, real results. I hope my microphone works now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
In case my microphone doesn't work. So once again, in total, Rhino for Architects, we have more than 60 hours of video material. This is for the one course. For the other course, Grasshopper for Architects, Grasshopper complete course, we have around 55 hours of video material, plus Rhino inside Rabbit, we have around 15. So in total, you can sum these three numbers. It's around one. I think it's more than 130 hours.
Yes, plus all of the bonus contents and bonus materials, and also all of the one-on-one calls and so on. So all in all, guys, this is something that we wanted to present today. We wanted to show you the options, to also answer your questions. And we can conclude the presentation now. Or what we can tell you is that this course will work for you, just like it worked for all of these people. It's just a matter of putting in the time, putting in the effort, and getting those skills. So right now, before we wrap this up, let's hear if you have any kind of questions. If you have questions about all of the content, if you have any questions regarding the material, about the pricing, let us know if you have any kind of questions. While you're asking the questions, I also want to show you on the page you have frequently asked questions, so maybe your question will be here. And we have some questions that people often ask. So what is the training program? How often do you open the doors? How is the content delivered? Do you provide licenses and so on? And I'm gonna try now to answer some of the questions that we had from before. I think somebody asked about the licensing. Let me see.
Alex, I think.
So Vito asked, can I pay in installments? Yes. So you have the option to pay in installments, and you can see whenever you click on the checkout, you will have the option to pay in installments, or you can do one-time payment. Is this going to be McNeil approved? So this is not McNeil training. This is our personal training. We're not directly affiliated with McNeil, so this is not going to be McNeil official license. It's going to be our own training. And oftentimes, people ask us, do you offer certificates at the end? And our personal stance on this is that certificate is not going to give you the skills. Your portfolio is going to show what you know in the program. So we can guarantee you that you will get the skills, that you will get the knowledge. If you need a certificate just to show it off, we can definitely make you one. But this is not something that is going to bring the value, if you know what I mean. So that's our stance on the certificates. Question about if I buy some plan, the basic Grasshopper plan, for instance, can I join this course indefinitely? Yes. So you pay once and you have a lifetime access to that course. Lazar the mic. Okay, it works.
Yeah.
I think we answered this. So around 50 to 60 hours regarding the
I answered that.
The Grasshopper part. All right. Let's see other questions. Alex is saying
no questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we would conclude this presentation with this. Keep in mind that for those of you who stay with us, thank you for the patience. Thank you for the attention. This will be again available until June 16th, 3 more days. And if we missed something, if you have some additional questions, you can also get in contact with us via email. Amit is saying a link
with the chat feature.
If you're thinking about the course platform, you will get access to the course platform with the chat when you purchase the course. You will have all of the information, and you'll get access to the platform then.
Yeah, that platform is only for our students.
Yeah. So that will be all. Thank you all for staying with us until the end. Let us know again if you have any kind of questions. You can contact us directly. Also, you have this chat function here. You can talk with us directly through chat, and we'll talk soon after this. We'll talk with some of you guys inside the course.
Thank you guys once again for your support, for your patience, and
see you inside the course.